When you're a food addict, you can't really just do that because those few off-plan meals became more off-plan meals. Hi guys, and welcome to my brand new YouTube channel. My name is Dawn and this channel is called Dawn Does Keto. This channel is all about accountability on the keto diet. First off, let's start off by talking about something very, very important. What I'm drinking. This is just coffee. It has an egg in it, a tablespoon of butter, and a scoop of collagen. I usually use the collagen from Thrive Market, but today I'm using Primal Kitchen because my son had gotten me some for Christmas, and so I'm using that up. So it's just a vanilla Primal Kitchen collagen, but it's delicious. So let me just start off by telling you a few things about me. Again, I said my name is Dawn, and I am going to be 50 this year. It's a big deal. I'm married, been married to my husband for 28 years. His name is Mike, so I'm sure you'll hear me refer to him. I have 2 adult children. My son is 26, his name is Michael, and my daughter Mary Rose, who also has a YouTube channel, is 19. I am also a grandma, a Grammy, and I have 2 beautiful granddaughters. Olivia is 2 and Audrey just turned 1 this week. So I'm pretty excited about that, and it's part of the reason that I got into this keto lifestyle, because I wanted to have energy and just be around for a long time for them. So that's just a little bit about me. I also want to share with you my inspiration for starting this channel. I've been doing keto for about 1.5 years. In October will be my 2-year ketoversary, and I started following people in this community. I started following Keto Rewind, Keto Connect, Watch Autumn Keto, and my favorite, 2 Crazy Ketos. They're part of the reason that I started this channel. I was watching a Watch Autumn Keto video, and she was talking about people in the comments. It was a live video, and people in the comments were talking about how many of you out there have YouTube channels. And I started thinking, maybe I should start a YouTube channel. And I talked to my daughter about it, kind of mentioned it. Well, that next day I was watching a live from 2 Crazy Ketos, and they were talking about accountability, sharing your story, possibly starting a YouTube channel, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was literally just thinking about this. Like, I felt like they were talking to me. So those are people who inspire me, people that I follow. I feel like if this is a lifestyle that you're going to get into, you should definitely get involved in the keto community. All of them are great people. Most of them are very inspirational, they're very uplifting, they're very supportive, and I don't think that I would have made it in this lifestyle for the past 1.5 years without that support. I do have some family members that have started keto since I started, my sister and my husband, which if you look at the thumbnail, you will see a picture of my husband. He didn't have as much weight to lose as I did, but he did lose about 30 pounds doing keto. I've never, and I don't want to call it a diet, but I've never stuck to a diet for this long, ever. So the fact that it's been 1.5 years and I'm still living this lifestyle, that in itself is solely because of being involved in this community and having people to support you along the way. So if you're considering this lifestyle, I strongly suggest getting involved in the keto community. It'll make all the difference in the world. If you want to know more about my story, you can watch this video up here. No, just kidding. This is my first video. Someday I will be able to say that. I'd also like to say I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a health practitioner of any kind. This channel is strictly about my journey with keto. I am not perfect in any way. I don't follow the keto diet strictly. I do have off-plan days, so I'm still learning. This is always going to be a process, and if you are looking to follow somebody who is perfect, this isn't the channel for you, unfortunately, because I'm not perfect. But if you're looking for somebody who is real and living in this world with stress and temptation and just trying to enjoy life while following the keto lifestyle, then I hope you stick around. So let me tell you a little bit about my story and how I got started in keto. It all goes back to the year 2020. We all know what happened in the year 2020. I was in a bad place, as was the entire world. I owned a nail salon at the time, and in March of 2020, because of the pandemic, my business was shut down for 2 months. And during those 2 months, I struggled emotionally and I struggled physically just to get by. I didn't leave my house ever, which most people weren't leaving their houses at that time. But when they started implementing the masks caused me to have panic attacks. So I was not able to wear a mask and I was in a bad place, to the point where I called my doctor and could not speak, like just sobbing. He prescribed me an anxiety medicine to help calm me down. I was at my highest weight that I've ever been at. I was 233 pounds and just sitting at home days on end, binge watching TV and eating nonstop. That was my life for about 2 months. So when they finally opened my shop back up and I went back to work, things didn't really get a whole lot better. I just felt horrible. And in October of 2020, me and some of my girlfriends from high school just kind of started talking about how we all were feeling that way. We felt tired, we felt sluggish, we were not happy with ourselves. So we decided to start a small Facebook group. It was about half a dozen of us. There weren't very many of us, and we just decided to be accountable to each other. There was someone in there that wanted to not drink as much. She had been drinking a little more than she would have liked. Many of us, it was eating and not moving, and we just needed to be accountable for whatever it was in our lives that we wanted to make better. It wasn't necessarily weight, but a lot of us were focusing on weight. So we all kind of were doing our own thing. There was a girl in the group doing Weight Watchers. There's a girl in the group who was struggling with her diabetes, so she's just trying to watch what she eats. And I personally was like, okay, I just don't even know what to do. I don't know where to begin. Like many of you, I've been on a diet roller coaster my entire life, and I just didn't know where to start. So where did I go? I went to YouTube. And that was when I found Keto Rewind, and it was her journey of going from a morbidly obese weight to a healthy weight. And when I saw that she was doing keto, I thought, all right, this is something I can possibly do. I started doing more research on it, Googling it, and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try this keto thing. So I went ahead and started keto in October of 2020. And immediately, like within a couple weeks, I felt amazing. Like, I couldn't believe the difference in just how I felt, the energy level, not wanting to stay in bed all day, which was a huge thing for me. I just didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want to go to work. I didn't want to do anything. So I felt a huge surge of just energy and wanting to go out and do things, and I noticed on the scale that the pounds were just like melting off. And I was strict keto for about 6 months. I lost about 60 pounds in that first 6 months, and stayed pretty true to keto those first 6 months. I mean, I went through the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, all the way probably up till Easter of the next year, and just strict keto. Continued to lose weight, got down to, I'll insert another picture of probably my lowest weight that I ever remember being as an adult. I was down to 153 pounds. It was amazing. I felt great. I was starting to feel comfortable in my own body. I still have body dysmorphia, where I look in the mirror, and even at that 153 pounds, I still felt like that overweight person. I would nitpick at every little thing, you know, I still have this and I still have this, and you know, but I felt great. Was able to buy clothes that I felt comfortable in, and that's where things started to go south. Comfortable is the word. I got very comfortable, and it was like, okay, I'm doing really good. I'm kind of where I want to be. I never really had a goal weight. I just figured I would know when I got there. And 153 pounds, 153, 155, I was comfortable. And so I started having some off-plan meals. They were occasional, they weren't all the time, but I was like, okay, I'm where I want to be. I'm just going to live my life. Well, when you're a food addict, you can't really just do that because those few off-plan meals became more off-plan meals. I started seeing the scale creep up. Still didn't feel bad, but the scale's creeping up, and I got up to like 170, and I'm like, okay, this is starting to get out of control. Like, I've got to get back on track. So in February of this year, the whole month I did BBB&E. And if you don't know what that is, it's beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. Two Crazy Ketos, which is Joe and Rachel, they talked about it. They were doing it. And I thought, I need to just get my head back in the game. I need to refocus. And this is going to do it for me. So the whole month of February, I did BBB&E. And I lost 11 pounds for the whole month. Great, I'm back on track. Well, here we go again. March comes in, start having more off-plan meals. I just can't seem to just stay strict keto. And if you do, great. I'm super happy for you. But this is something that I struggle with. I'm a food addict, and this is probably something I'm going to struggle with forever. And I'm not going to say I'm never going to have pizza or I'm never going to have treats of any kind, because as soon as I say that to myself, that makes me want them even more. My goal is to live a keto lifestyle and have those occasional off-plan days. They just need to be fewer and far between. So that is part of the reason I started this channel, as an accountability to myself, so that I have to report in to somebody, which is you guys, somebody to help keep me on track from just getting way, way, way off the rails. So my current weight that I'm at right now, I weighed in this morning, and I'll insert a picture. I use an app on my phone where I log my weight and it tells me if I'm up or down, but my current weight is 188.6. Yeah, so that's not good. I'm up about 35 pounds from my absolute lowest weight. Now, I'm still down 45 pounds from where I started. So I'm not back to square one. I've still continued to follow the keto lifestyle this entire time. I've never given up. So as Joe and Rachel would say, if you haven't given up, you haven't failed. So I have not given up. This is a new day, and by next week, I'm hoping to report to you that my weight is back down. So tell me in the comments below, how long have you been doing keto? What are your goals? Do you need somebody to help keep you accountable? So I'm not sure of my posting schedule yet. I'm still working out the details. I kind of jumped into this feet first without a plan of how that's gonna work, but if I waited much longer, I probably wouldn't start this channel. If you want to follow my journey, if you want to be in on the ground floor so that when I become big and famous, you can say I was there from the beginning, like and subscribe this video, hit the bell notification so that when I do post my next video, you'll be alerted to it. Comment below. Again, tell me what your goals are, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.